Alright, so tonight's project, I just kind of got a wild hair all of a sudden. I have been wanting to try out this taper attachment on the lathe for some time. And it just kind of dawned on me tonight would be a good night to mess around with it. So finally, after a whole lot of fighting and some cleaning and just generally pulling my freaking hair out, I've got the thing on there. And I finally figured out how it's supposed to function. The catch is, for whatever reason, something keeps jamming up, and I think it's the keyway in here. It will only allow me to travel so far, and then it'll get jammed up. Now, a couple of times I've had this thing able to traverse its entire length, but for whatever reason it just keeps randomly locking up on me. But it's really cool the way this whole thing works, when of course it works. One of these days I'll have to get the camera set someplace once I've got this fixed and just run the lathe automatically and let it go from side to side. So one of the funky things about this was this nut, or this bolt right here, actually locks this component right here solid. So when this bolt is locked, the cross slide will actually function like a normal cross slide with the hand crank. Unlock this, and this guy can just float back and forth. And then you bolt it into this assembly here. The other really quirky thing about this is underneath, right here, there's a nut that's extremely difficult to get to on the backside of the cross slide Acme screw. It took a little while for me to find a solution that would actually allow me to tighten it up to operate this thing. But after I did, then it was pretty much downhill, other than this thing jamming up for whatever random reason. So anyways, try to get a little bit farther back so you can kind of see this thing. I still have a bit of a learning curve on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to take the saddle apart and the cross slide, and hopefully I won't have to get into disassembling the apron, but I think I'm going to at least have to pull the saddle off of the lathe to see what's going on with this lead screw here. So anyways, hopefully one of these days in the future, I'll be able to get a little more insight on this and actually run it under power and give you guys a decent video of it operating.